Hey guys, how are you doing? It's been a little while since I posted my latest video, and what I've been working on for the last couple of months is just lots of podcast episodes. And what I want to show in this video is kind of the quick way that I've got in navigating Nuendo and how to navigate Nuendo using certain shortcuts that make it a lot easier to go through very big sessions with lots of audio and sound effects. And these shortcuts I'm going to show you are going to be prompted with my key commands. I'm also going to have my key commands available to download for free in the description, so you'll be able to load the key commands in yourself and then use my key commands if you want. What I'm going to show you as well while I'm going through the session is when I press a certain key command before, for example, Shift+R. So then you'll see that here the Shift+R key command is set to zoom tracks one row, which actually means that when all the tracks are zoomed in, so the width of this channel that you've seen me selected, you can change the width of the channel. So let me just show you with Keycaster here. I forgot to turn that on. So you can see what keys I am pressing. And the height of the channel, that is when I press Command R and Command T. And remember, R and T in Pro Tools are also zoom out. So this is me pressing R and zooming out, and pressing T zooming in. So this is me using the same key commands as Pro Tools for this. Now, what Shift+R does is let's say we've got this irregularity in the height of tracks. So this one's tiny, this one's big, and we just kind of want to have everything a little bit neater when we are working on audio. Then what I use Shift+R for, so Shift+R, boom, all the heights of the tracks, they all get consolidated to one similar height. So let me show you again. So zoom tracks one row. This way you can, if you've got Nuendo and you are seeing this and you think, oh, this is super handy, I'm going to use my own key command for this, then by all means go for it. You don't have to particularly use my key commands, but my key commands are reasonably resemblable with Pro Tools if ever you need or have the necessity to switch between Pro Tools and Nuendo. In my case, because I'm a freelance sound designer, I have to switch between Pro Tools and Nuendo pretty often. Now, what you see me do here, so this big line in the middle of the session, that's the cursor, of course. And what you see me do here is I'm moving the cursor around the session. So I press and hold 4, and that moves the cursor to the left. I press and hold 5, that moves the cursor to the right. So this is a way that I use to navigate to certain sections in the session. So this is all about navigation, what I'm trying to talk about in this video. Now, for example, if I want my cursor to go there, then I usually just select some audio and I press G. And let me just show you what G is. So G, so the way that the key commands in Nuendo work is that they are categorized by lots of different categories, and all these categories are all most of them are menu items. So you can see the menu items here at the top left. They would almost correspond to all these folders that they created here in the key commands. It's very vast, the key commands. It's quite a lot of things that you can do. But it's a lot easier when it's explained a little bit. So over here, for example, you see transport, the category transport, which means that everything that is related to the transport function has a key command that you can create too. So activate external sync is something you would never have a key command for. You would just activate it. And it's very rarely that you would use something like that. Cycle, that is basically looping. Yeah, you could use Command Shift+L for that. I don't use toggling cycle on and off. I don't use that often. But forward, so the 5 that I was entering, and where was locate session start? 4, there we go, rewind, that is 4, and when I press 5, forward, that is 5. So that kind of just shows you what key commands in the key command list I'm using, so that you can apply your own key commands to it. And what I was showing you is G, that goes to the beginning of a selected clip. So here you see me just select and press G, select and press G. So that's a way for me to navigate. Also in Pro Tools, what I've got enabled is clicking on the background and the cursor goes there. So now you see my mouse moving, but when I click there, so you saw that, the cursor goes to where I click. So that is also a way to navigate the session. Some people find this really annoying to have this this preference enabled, but I find it really useful, because I just have to click on the background to where I want to go roughly, and then I'm able to go there with my cursor to that actual location where I click. It's pretty handy when you're working on a big session. So other shortcuts that you'll see me use are W a lot. So here in Nuendo, what you'll see, and what I'm showing you now, is a 40-minute podcast episode with lots of different speakers, and speakers I mean people communicating, lots of different channels that are running at the same time. And here we've got some effects as well at the bottom, and here is music that's being used in this podcast. So it's quite a detailed podcast episode where you've got music, sound effects, and different speakers all conversing at the same time. Now, what you just saw me do there is, let me just do that again, is with number 3. So if you follow my mouse here at the top, you see 1, 2, when I press 1, 2, and 3, there's a cursor there. So you can see that this cursor, when I press 3 once, it's green, and when it's pressed 3 again, it's blue. So what this cursor does is, it's like a cursor that you can select areas, you can copy and then you can paste, or you can edit. So for example, if there is some audio here and this is an unwanted noise, then you can use that, press delete, and then you can edit your audio that way. I don't often use that, but it's important to know that this cursor has two colors. So every time when you press 3, it goes to one selection and then it goes to another selection. So now I'm pressing 3 repeatedly, and then you can see that it's 2 selections that are toggling between each other. I've never really had the necessity to have one selection here and then the other selection there and then toggle between them, because I don't use this function that much, but I do use this function of the selecting in order to navigate my session. So what I do is, for example, what you see me do into navigating my session like this is, I've got a have a look. I've got a Wacom tablet with a Wacom pencil, and this pencil has 2 buttons, and one of them is, oh, I can even show you the Wacom Wacom center. So there you go. This is the Intuos BTS, so a small Wacom. It's not very big, but it's perfect for what I need it for. This is my pen, and then what I've got here as my upper button is pan and scroll. So there's this pan and scroll function that you have with mouses, that if you hold down the little rolly wheel on a mouse, then you can move around using the mouse just like this. So instead of pressing the scrolly wheel of the mouse down and then scrolling like this, I do that with the pencil. So with the top pencil button. This way I can navigate my session a lot cleaner. So that's a useful Wacom tablet tip for you there. Now, what I do use this selection function for is, let's say I know that I want to go towards the end of my project, to all these audio files. I go there, I select these there, and I press Shift+Q, and boom, it shows me everything that I've selected there, and then I can individually zoom in and work on editing some audio that I've got here. So this is a really quick way for me to navigate there. Let me just show you as well what Shift+Q does. So Shift+Q is zoom to selection. Shift+Q is zoom to selection. Now that way I'm able to go to a selection like that, then Shift+Q, go to selection. Maybe I want to see that one. Shift+Q, go to selection. Now also when you are in select mode, so keep in mind, when I press 1, it's just the cursor. When I press 2, it's a time code thing that I won't bother you with now. And when I press 3 is the selection. So it's similar to Pro Tools as well. I think 3 is also selection. You can double click a clip, and then you can press Shift+Q, and then you have the entire clip available to edit. Now, one thing also that is really useful in this case is when I hold in, here you see it, the Option key, or the Option key. Yeah, it's the Option key. So when I hold in Nuendo, when I hold the Option key, you see like a little, you see the pencil moving, and what actually happens is it turns the cursor into scissors. So let's say you want to cut out this and that, and then you select that section, and then you can cut it out. So it's something that is pretty useful. Keep in mind, I also have my undo key command as Z. So when I undo, I press Z, and the scissor tool is very useful in certain cases when you just want to break the audio clip, or you're doing for some fine editing and you want to remove some stuff. So that's with holding the Option key. It's your modifier key that you hold into. So this was Nuendo Shortcuts Part 1. I'm gonna try not to keep the videos too long, and I'm gonna work together with you on a Part 2 pretty soon, just to give you a bit more space between the videos and what I'm teaching here. So feel free to comment if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to always respond to you and let you know any more tips and tricks I've got in Nuendo. So thanks again, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.